everybody out there. I am your host. That's right. We are back. It's Jessica Koch, and this is Profound Professionals. It is the interview series that has been coming to you for 8 years. Can you believe it? I can't believe where we are. The year flies all the time. We bring industry experts from all over the world, and they help improve your personal life or they can help you grow your business. Today, we have Dr. Sally. This is going to be a fun one. I just know it. And Dr. Sally coaches hire her to unleash their potential. So if you have your potential all leashed up and in a cage, we are going to get it out with Dr. Sally. She is going to help you scale your business and become industry icons. You know, those influencers, those people who are sought after to speak on their specific topic and in their niche, because you know what? You don't want to be sick and tired of inconsistent cash flow. Cash flow needs to be coming in more than it's going out. That's the kind of consistency we're talking about. And you don't want to be a best kept secret. We want the whole world to know about you. And we want the whole world to know about Dr. Sally. And that's why we are featuring her today. So welcome, Dr. Sally.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I've been waiting for this time. We had to make the planets align just right to actually be here on the same place at the same time. But
Mhm.
we did it. We
We
did it.
did. We did. So tell us about your journey. So how is it that you are supporting these coaches in all these brilliant ways?
Well, it started back. I won't start my childhood, okay? It started back when I was a medical technologist. That was my first degree. And then somebody said, "Oh, you should get into sales and marketing because you've got the degree, you use our reagents, you know all the procedures." And I said, "Yay." So I started doing that with the company. Loved it. Stopped loving it when I was flying every week as the regional sales manager and then the marketing manager. That got a little bit too much. I was living in San Francisco, never saw San Francisco. I saw
Mm,
the inside of San Francisco airport.
mm,
So I said, okay, let's chill our jets. Let's still do sales and marketing. And I was still in San Francisco, and I hired a bunch of people, all women, to help stock all the iTech. This was like the big internet. Internet was like a foreign word, and
hmm.
my company's name was Database. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Nobody had ever heard of the word database. And they said, "Database, what is that?"
Ah.
And so we went into banks and we took a manual methods,
Hmm.
put them automated in what was called distributed processing back in the day.
Hmm.
And so it married computers, sales and marketing. I loved it. The women I worked with were so fantastic. And then we had a president that their interest rates popped up to 20%.
Mm,
And all the bank says, "Sorry, we're taking all our consulting in-house." So
mm,
I said, it's probably a good time to take a little retirement gig here.
hmm.
So I went to Hawaii. I had friends there, learned to windsurf, all that kind of
Good for
stuff. Got
you.
really bored. And that was the year of Joseph Campbell, Follow Your Bliss. And so I started doing positive psychology
Mm,
courses, got my master's. My mentor said, "Hey, if I stop here, go ahead and get a PhD so you can get clinical license because you'll make more money doing that." And I followed his advice. So I had been doing that for the last 20 years, mostly in geriatrics. And people say, "Oh, how can you work in a nursing home?" I say, "Oh my God, these people are lovely, wonderful, salt of the earth. I learned so much from them and really appreciate them." And they're sort of like my grannies.
hmm.
And then after that, I said, "Well, let's make a course about how to help grannies." And so I started making courses, started meeting other coaches. And from there, I said, "Okay, I can help coaches learn how to." I'm a great copywriter.
Mm,
I know marketing. I can help them get better at what they're doing.
mm,
And then I discovered a niche: women who don't have enough self-confidence to be visible on the internet.
mm.
You will not believe how many women have so much content that has so much impact for the world, but yet they don't know how to let their light shine.
Mm.
So that's when I created this whole program. It's called a 7-figure wealth and wellness program because I don't want you to get sick getting wealthy. It's easy peasy. We take it steps at a time, like we're climbing Mount Everest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like your Sherpa. I'm going to put the lines down, and you're going to like walk down this line, and then we rest here and we reevaluate. We rest here, we reevaluate. Because getting to $1 million in sales is very different than getting to $200,000 in sales.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm doing now. It's another pivot. I
Mm-hmm.
take everything I've ever learned, including helping people shift that mindset that says, I'm not worthy, I'm worthless. Who would ever want my stuff? I said, your stuff is brilliant. We have got to get you out there. So that's my gig now.
So your main focus and your main clients at this point are women coaches who are really trying to expand their reach and grow their business to the $1 million space.
Yeah, and maybe they're struggling. You know, as coaches and as women, we might like just start as like a little side hustle, like
Mm-hmm.
we make a little extra money, etc. And things kind of get cobbled together, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not sleek, they're not well integrated. So we start basically with your why. Why do you want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to get your message out? What is it going to do to change lives?
Mm-hmm.
And I play in what I call my dolphin pod. We don't have any sharks in our
Mm-hmm.
people. We lift each other up. We rise together.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do that together. And it's been a fascinating journey. I have met some of the most wonderful professional people out there who are just
Mm-hmm.
so close to taking that step where they're going to propel themselves and retire their husbands,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but they just need somebody as a guide. And I have a wonderful group of curated individuals that are super smart that we're going to take them wherever they need to go. If they want to be a super podcaster, if they want to write a book, if they want to do speeches and they want to learn how to do speech to sell,
Mm-hmm.
and if they want to have a high ticket offer,
Mm-hmm.
we teach them how to go through the process of figuring those things out.
Well, that is beautiful. Now, are you doing this one-on-one? Is it an online course? Is it a group session? Is it a hybrid of those? How are you working with that?
Well, we start out with a founder's circle. We start
Mhm,
out with 10 people,
mhm,
and we have group coaching, we have one-to-one. I have people come in, do live modules with them.
mhm,
Mostly we start out with mindset,
mhm,
and we start out with the reason. The foundation has to be there before you put the pieces on top of it. Tech
mhm,
is actually the last part,
mhm,
but the foundation of why you're doing this and teasing out underneath all those things
mhm,
that bubble up. And sometimes we find a few monsters underneath there, and
mhm,
we have to slay them and get rid
mhm.
of them so that you have that clear, open path to be able to bring in all that light and abundance that you so deserve.
And how can they find your programs and reach out to you for maybe um, um,
A
a,
consult, a
yes, a
little,
discovery
little
call of
call,
some kind?
just a
Yeah.
little call. Yeah, they can go to goodbrain.com.
Okay.
It's on the bottom there. And there's all kinds of things on there about, reaching out, what the program entails, etc.
Mhm,
And it has something really unique. It's called strategic risk reversal. Have you
mhm.
heard of it?
I have. I
But
love
I
it.
bet you your listeners haven't.
I bet they may not have. Mhm,
And the wonderful thing about it is they come in. Yes, there's a fee to get started, but
mhm,
it's a very nominal fee. And of course, we have all kinds of financing and that kind of thing.
mhm,
But the next piece is you don't pay me until you actually make the money.
mhm.
So I'm
I think
putting
that's
my
that.
expertise and reputation on the line to
Mhm,
get you there. And I have the same sort of mantra. We don't give up on you if you don't give up on you.
mhm.
We'll
That is
get you
a good
there.
thing. That is a good thing. So how about a
Yeah.
tip? How about a great tip for everybody watching?
Okay. you love LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I collect people on LinkedIn. I met fabulous people. Whether or not they're your right fit client,
Mm-hmm.
they know somebody who is.
Mm-hmm.
So I develop relationships with people all over the world. I'm going to do a podcast next week with a fantastic brand awareness woman from Pakistan. And
Mm.
in Pakistan, women don't really have their own businesses. She
Mm-hmm.
said, I've got 3 kids, I've got a husband. People ask me all the time, what the heck are you doing? How do
Mm-hmm.
you make this money? So I'm gonna highlight her. She is an inspiration to anybody. She says if I can make a good living in Pakistan, anybody can.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, anybody that you meet. I've got people in the capital venture thing if they need to finance, if people need financing, all those kinds of things. We've got everything kind of lined up, and they're really good people.
Mm-hmm.
That's my main criteria. And my second one is if I don't like you, you don't come into the pod.
Well, getting
Because
along is a good synergy is a good thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because we have a lot of people who are empaths who
Mm.
enter pod. And when you bring in somebody new, oh, those spidey senses, ooh, they just go right off. So
Mm.
I am sure when I bring them in that they're the right fit.
So that is people applying and working through your process to become
Yes,
part of the program. But what's a
yes.
tip that you could give everyone that could help them today? I know you talked about connecting in LinkedIn, and then we kind of got geared towards the program again. So what is something someone could do today that would really improve their life?
What they should do is they should sit down and write out all the things about them that make them unique.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they can't, ask your best friend, ask somebody who knows you well, and write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you unique? And then whenever you start thinking about getting into sales and marketing, you want to key because there's no one like you. No one is going to do this program like I do it.
Mm-hmm.
What you do, nobody does it like you do it.
That's true.
And just remember that we are each magnificent. We have a message, we have an impact, and we need to get it out to the world with our uniqueness. And when you are unique, let's be more visible.
Mm-hmm.
Get that light out of the bushel and turn into a lighthouse so
Mm-hmm.
that we can help everybody around.
Well, that is beautiful. So get going on how you're unique. That is definitely good tip and good advice for everyone watching. Now, you watching out there, get ready. You know what's next. Start typing. Put all the nonprofits and causes that are close to your heart that you love. Maybe it's one you started. Maybe you just love giving time, to treasure, or talent to something specific in your community. Share it with us. And guess what? You put that in the comments and hit that share button. Someone else might share it too. And we just might inspire someone to give time, treasure, or talent to the cause Dr. Sally talks about, to the cause you put in, or maybe we'll just remind them about a cause that's close to their own heart. And they'll go, oh, yeah, I
Yes.
haven't done that in a while. So we'll inspire someone to do something good today. So, what's the cause you care about, Dr. Sally?
Well, mine is Pet Connections of my little town. Um, a very, very wonderful lady decided that having dogs that are strays and having to put them down when they're families who'd like to have one. And
Mm-hmm.
so she developed this, and she's a tireless worker. We have lots of volunteers and everything. I myself have 6 rescues. They
Wow,
go
that's a
from
lot of dogs.
pit bulls to Great Pyrenees. I used to raise
Wow.
Great Pyrenees on my little farm here. So Pearl, the 120-pound Pyrenees, is in the backyard, and Lily, the pit bull, and all of the other little guys are in the front yard. And they are the sweetest, sweetest, kindest little dogs you've ever seen. People like give pit bulls a bad name, but Lily, oh, and she's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
She's 8 years old. I only had her for 2 days, and all I had to do is just start talking to her
Mm-hmm.
and say, Lily, let's go into the kitchen, and she'll go, okay, here we go.
Oh, that's sweet. And you know what? There are a lot of pets out there to save, and I bet there's some pets in your community you could support or help in some way. And even
Mhm,
sometimes just when you're at the grocery store, pick up some extra pet food and drop it off at your local
mhm.
shelter and help them out any way you can. So that's a beautiful cause. I love that. Now it's time for books, everyone. Get a type in again. We want to hear about the books that inspired your personal life, helps you grow your business. And then you hit share. If you've written a book and you put it in the comments, someone might see it that has never seen it before. So let's hear about a book that has inspired Dr. Sally's personal life or helped her grow her business. One not written by you. We'll cover yours in a minute.
Okay. Long time ago, I'm going to guess 25 years ago, I read this book, and it's now back in vogue. Napoleon Hill, Think and
Yeah.
Grow Rich.
That's a
And
classic.
what I like about him as a person is he had a saying that he would say every morning when he got up.
Mm,
And he said, God, what are you and I going to do today together?
that's nice.
So he was inspired. He was divinely inspired. He was led by his inspiration to do good in the world.
Mm,
Because as somebody once said, there's nothing worse than a broke philanthropist. You know why?
mm,
Because you don't have anything to
mm,
give to
that's
those
right.
causes that you want to give to. We even have workshops that are called strategic philanthropic workshops, and
Mm-hmm,
everything that we collect goes to a particular cause. And
mm-hmm.
people like that buy-in. They like to feel like they're helping and giving.
That is so very true. Now tell us about books written by you.
Okay, because I did all the Gero Psych for so many years,
Mm,
I wrote the book called Preventing Dementia Using Gentle Lifestyle Changes. And
mm,
most dementias are preventable, especially vascular dementia,
mm,
because it's caused by either high blood pressure, poor heart conditioning, and we have all those PSAs that tell us like what we're supposed to do to prevent those things.
mm-hmm,
And so that's in the book. But another piece of that prevents dementia is having a good microbiome,
mm,
having a good brain microbiome axis, good brain gut. Yes. And when you do that and you take good care of yourself, the critters that live within you take good care of you because they're making serotonin, all the neurotransmitters. They're doing great things for your body. They even turn genes on and off. So we have to treat them well.
mm,
And then the second book I wrote was a gratitude journal with prompts. I
mm,
wanted something I wrote it for me because I would look at the blank place and I say, oh yeah, I'm so grateful for so many things, but give me a little like what area should I write down?
mm-hmm.
And so I turned it into a book for other people. And it's a very pretty book. It's got like nice on the outside. It's a good giveaway. And
Yeah.
then the second one I did, it was a prayer journal. I did it the same kind of way. It has
Mm,
Bible verses on each thing, and then people can reflect, meditate,
mm-hmm.
and use that for their own self-development.
I love that. That's beautiful.
And it's all on Amazon too, Kindle, and also paperback.
All right. Lots of ways to access those.
Mhm.
Well, it has been a lot of fun to have you on the show, Dr. Sally.
I'm
You
so glad to finally meet you in person.
I know you're so bubbly and joyful and so much information, so much knowledge. And I love how you're supporting and shifting whenever you see the need, right?
Mhm.
One of the we have seven, we don't have well, we have had lots of pets in the past, but at the moment we don't. But we have seven children and eight grandchildren. And so we see a
Yay!
lot of cartoons at our house. And one of the movies was
Uh-huh.
Robots, and one of the lines in the movie Robots was see a need, fill a need. And, so paying
Mhm.
attention, always paying attention to what is needed out there is so very important. And hey, you are needed out there. So if you're thinking as you're watching this show, wait, I'm an author, I'm an industry expert, I could help someone's personal life or help them grow their business. Maybe I should be on the show. Well, I'd say yes to that. Reach out to our team and we will send you the information you need to get yourself featured on Profound Professionals. Now, before we say goodbye, Sally, Dr. Sally, we would love to have you share a final thought, a piece of information or inspiration before we go.
Everyone is a valued person. You're not of value because of what you do, what
Mhm,
you know. you're inherently, intrinsically valuable. When
Mhm.
you were born and your mother looked at you for the first time, she didn't say, "Hey, you can't even talk or walk. What good are you?" So you were born that way. You don't have to be a superstar all the time. You can just be yourself.
Mhm.
And then you can be yourself for other people and encourage them to be their authentic selves.
Mhm.
And then they don't have to feel like they have so much pressure to 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 do things. And
Mhm.
also because we're women, we like to give ourselves away all the time. Yeah.
Mhm. We
But
do.
if you don't fill up that cup back for yourself, self-care, if you
Mm.
don't fill it back up, it's pretty hard to keep on giving.
It is. It really is. And I think that's beautiful. It's just been so lovely having you here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And until next time, until our next show, everybody, be kind to yourself out there and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.